Play with Fire is a song recorded by American singer Hilary Duff for her fourth studio album, Dignity, and is the 14th and final track on the album. It was written by Duff, Cara Diaguardi, Rhett Lawrence, and Will.I.am and produced by Lawrence. The song was sent to mainstream radio in the United States on August 21, 2006, as the lead single from Dignity. Early life. Hilary Earhart Duff was born on September 28, 1987, in Houston, Texas. Her parents are Robert Earhart Duff, a partner in a chain of convenience stores, and Susan Colleen Duff, a homemaker turned film and music producer. Duff has one older sister named Haley. She was raised between Houston and San Antonio, the locations of her father's convenience stores. Encouraged by their mother, both Hilary and her sister enrolled in acting, singing and ballet classes. The siblings earned roles in local theater productions, and later participated in a touring ballet Met production of The Nutcracker in San Antonio. Increasingly interested in the pursuit of show business, the Duff sisters and their mother moved to California in 1993, while their father stayed in Houston to take care of his business. The sisters auditioned for several years and were cast in many television commercials. Due to her acting career, Duff was homeschooled from the age of 8. The pair also modeled for various clothing brands. Duff stated, "My sister and I really showed an interest in and dedication, and was like, how can I tell my kids no? It's the same as kids that are going into sports. Parents support them and push them." Career beginnings. During her initial acting years, Duff primarily played minor roles, such as her uncredited part in the Hallmark Entertainment Western miniseries True Women and as an uncredited extra in the ensemble comedy drama Playing by Heart. The same year, Duff landed her first major role as Wendy in Casper Meets Wendy, based on the Harvey Comics characters. After appearing in the supporting role of Ellie in the television film The Soul Collector, Duff received a Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a TV movie or pilot. In March 2000, Duff appeared as a sick child in the CBS medical drama series Chicago Hope. She was next cast as one of the children in the pilot episode of the NBC comedy series Daddio. Her Daddio co-star Michael Chiklis stated, "After working with her the first day, I remember saying to my wife, this young girl is gonna be a movie star." She was completely at ease with herself and comfortable in her own skin. However, producers dropped Duff from the cast prior to the airing of the show. 2000-2004, mainstream success, I Lizzie McGuire/I, and I Metamorphosis/I. None. 2004-2006, I Hilary Duff/I, I Most Wanted/I, and film projects. None. 2007-2010, I Dignity/I and independent films. None. 2010-2013, other endeavors. Duff continued to appear in film roles, starring in the ABC Family television film Beauty and the Briefcase, where she also served as an executive producer. The film saw Duff as a fashion magazine columnist who wrote about her dating struggles in the city. The premiere received 2.4 million viewers, attracting a strong female audience that drove the network to an all-time high in viewers. Following this appearance, she made another in an episode of the NBC sitcom Community. She then co-starred as Raven Hoffaker, the teenage daughter of a promiscuous alcoholic, in the drama Bloodworth. Her performance was generally praised, with the Examiner writing that the biggest surprise performance probably belongs to Hilary Duff. In 2010, Duff set up a book writing deal with Simon & Schuster. She collaborated with Elise Allen on a young adult novel titled Elixir, which was published in October 2010. It was subsequently released internationally and became a New York Times bestseller. The following year, Duff co-starred in the independent comedy Stay Cool, which was critically panned. The film saw Duff in a major role alongside Winona Ryder. Devoted, the sequel to Duff's authorial debut, was released in October 2011. In January 2012, Duff confirmed that she had again begun working on music. Throughout 2012, Duff primarily worked with songwriter Ali Tampasi, musicians Matt Squire and Jason Evigan. However, these works were not released. The same year, she co-starred in Rob Margoli's comedy She Wants Me, as a well-known starlet who enters a love triangle. In August 2012, Duff signed a deal with 20th Century Fox to develop and produce a sitcom in which she would star. However, this plan failed to develop. She appeared as a guest judge in Project Runway that September. In early 2013, Duff guest-starred in the Fox sitcom Raising Hope. She later guest-starred in the 10th season finale of the CBS sitcom 2.5 Men. Duff provided voice work for the animated film Wings, alongside Jesse McCartney and Josh Duhamel. She later appeared in its sequel the following year. By July 2013, Duff had finished filming the independent film Flock of Dudes, which was released in September 2016. That same year, Duff released the third and final novel in her Elixir trilogy, titled True. 2014-2017, I Breathe In Breathe Out /I and television success. None. 2018-2020, Entrepreneurship and Scrapped I Lizzie McGuire /I revival series. None. 2021 present, I How I Met Your Father /I. None. Musical style. With her debut, Duff's music featured prominent pop and pop rock elements. Duff cited listening to rock music as a child for the main influence behind the theme. She worked heavily with The Matrix for her second studio album, leading critics to compare the effort to releases from artists such as Avril Lavigne, Ashley Simpson, and Lindsay Lohan. These themes were featured more prominently on her third studio album, Hilary Duff. The album makes further use of strong drum and guitar beats. Duff co-wrote multiple songs for the album, with the lyrics speaking on topics such as criticism, following your dreams, and love. The new material featured on her Most Wanted compilation album began to see Duff transfer towards a more pop and dance-friendly sound. This was later expanded upon for her fourth studio album, Dignity. Dignity was heavily influenced by Europop, hip-hop, and rock and roll. Duff described the music as dance, rock, and electro. Duff co-wrote all but one of the songs on the album, which dealt with topics including her stalker, her breakup with Joel Madden, and her parents' divorce. Following its release, critics stated the album was slightly ahead of its time. Duff's 2014 releases featured a more folk-influenced, earthy indie pop sound compared to her previous releases. The album's lead single was planned to be All About You and, among other instruments, it featured a banjo and an acoustic sound. Instead of the original plans, Duff released a dance pop record which balanced EDM with the folk pop sound originally planned for the record. This album consolidated Duff as a dance pop singer. Legacy and public image. Following the launch of Lizzie McGuire, Duff received a significant amount of fame and media attention. The series proved to be a major hit for the network, and led to a string of merchandising that included Lizzie McGuire dolls, video games, plush figures, and even McDonald's Happy Meal toys. The success of the Lizzie McGuire movie indicated that Duff's television fanbase could be migrated to film. Following her success from Lizzie McGuire, Richard Huff of the New York Daily News called Duff a 2002 version of Annette Funicello but admitted that the character of Lizzie McGuire was both a blessing and burden for her. In 2003, Huff stated that Duff's public image is tied to Lizzie McGuire. In 2005, Katie Long from the Center of Parent/Youth Understanding wrote an analysis of Duff and her suitability as an idol for young teens. Duff, she wrote, is not like Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera, yet, celebrities who seem to use their sex appeal to sell albums, but remains someone that adolescent girls can relate to. Duff was credited with the revival of Hollywood records following the release of Metamorphosis. The San Fernando Valley Business Journal wrote that the album was giving Hollywood records a needed shot in the arm after a decline in CD sales during the previous 2 years had forced the label to reduce costs and alter its operation. Hilliard Lyons analyst Jeffrey Thomason cited Metamorphosis as a reflection of Disney's ability to develop great synergy between their cable, film, and music segments. Duff's transition from Disney star to successful singer became a formula that Hollywood records tried to implement with future acts such as Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, and Bridget Mendler among others. Artists such as Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Ariana Grande, and Keke Palmer have all cited Duff as influences on their careers. Her song Come Clean was used as the theme song to the MTV reality series Laguna Beach, which is in turn credited with helping promote the song in the United States. Her song Sweet 16 was used as the theme for the MTV reality series of the same name. Multiple dates on her Most Wanted tour to promote Hilary Duff sold out in minutes. She sold over 15 million albums by 2014. Her transition from teenage star to adult actress has been praised by some critics, while her transition is often compared to the less successful transitions of her peers. In 2007, Duff's appearance on the cover of Maxim was accompanied by the declaration that she had gone from the queen of teen to breakout sex symbol. Following this, Duff placed at number 23 on the annual Hot 100 Women list compiled by Maxim. She has remained on the list ever since, in addition to being regularly listed on the annual FHM list of the 100 Sexiest Women. The Associated Press wrote that this sudden provocativeness was representative of a clear move to put her Lizzie McGuire past behind her, and that more provocative imaging of her would help her singles to garner mainstream radio play. Ultimately, nature, time and genetics may help Duff in a way Disney, despite all its might, cannot. However, despite the fact that she is grown up, Duff has managed to maintain her sweet persona, wrote Young Hollywood. Following the birth of her son in 2012, Duff said that it took her a year for her to lose her baby weight and that she lost nearly 50 pounds by 2013. Duff stated that she revamped her diet and hired a personal trainer. Duff's slow but healthy method in shedding off her post-pregnancy weight was praised by health experts and was looked up to by actress Tia Mowry, who cited Duff as her idol in taking up a healthy and safer way to lose the excess weight gained during pregnancy. Duff has credited her weight loss success to a balanced lifestyle and the practice of flexible macro counting or IFIM because it makes for allowances in indulgences such as bread and chocolate. Social media controversies. Duff created media attention in Halloween of 2016 due to the costumes she and then-boyfriend Jason Walsh wore to a party. Duff and Walsh wore a pilgrim and Native American costume respectively, drawing criticism online with some social media users accusing them of cultural appropriation. Following the backlash, both Duff and Walsh posted apology messages on their respective social media accounts. In May 2018, Duff uploaded a series of Instagram stories to her account, publicly condemning her New York apartment neighbor. She claimed he smoked cigarettes and weed all night long and that her apartment reeks. Police later confirmed that an altercation had occurred between the neighbor and Duff's then-boyfriend Matthew Coma. Duff's representative issued a statement saying Hilary and her young son have been subjected to excessive second-hand smoke, late-night noise, garbage in the hallways, and an overall hazardous living environment for months now. Duff's allegations of her neighbor's irresponsibility were corroborated by other neighbors, including journalist Shelley Ross. Disapproval of paparazzi. Duff is very vocal about her disapproval of paparazzi photographing children. In 2014, Duff expressed her anger on Twitter regarding two paparazzi who were taking pictures of her son without her consent. She tweeted, "I chose to let them off with a stern warning. Next time I will not be so nice." No kids policy. The hashtag refers to a bill that was pushed by fellow actresses Halle Berry and Jennifer Garner, which prohibits paparazzi from taking pictures of celebrities' children. In February 2020, Duff uploaded an Instagram video post documenting her confrontation with a photographer who was taking photographs of her children at her son's football game. In the video she was seen telling the photographer, "I'm asking you human to human, as a mother, if you don't know anyone here, can you please stop taking pictures of our children playing football this morning?" She clarified the situation in a series of Instagram stories uploads the day after, saying that it was really highly frustrating and that the police dismissed her complaint because she was at a public park when the incident happened. She voiced her dissatisfaction and demanded for the law to be changed. The video has since been viewed for more than 2 million times as of November 2020. Reception and accolades. Personal life. Relationships. In 2001, it was confirmed that Duff was in a relationship with fellow teen star Aaron Carter. He later guest-starred in an episode of Lizzie McGuire with Duff. The relationship garnered media attention with reports of a love triangle between Duff, Carter, and actress Lindsay Lohan. Duff and Carter continued an on-again off-again relationship for 3 years, before ultimately ending their relationship. In July 2004, 16-year-old Duff began dating Good Charlotte singer Joel Madden, who was then 25 years old. After a long period of tabloid speculation, Duff's mother Susan announced their relationship in a June 2005 interview for 17 magazine. Madden worked with Duff on her compilation album, Most Wanted. In November 2006, Duff and Madden broke up. Paper magazine later observed that the media chose not to call the relationship illegal even though Duff was underage. Duff began dating Canadian National Hockey League player Mike Comrie in 2007. Duff and Comrie announced their engagement in February 2010, and married on August 14, 2010, in Santa Barbara, California. Duff announced her pregnancy in 2011, and gave birth to their son on March 20, 2012. On January 10, 2014, Duff and Comrie announced that they had amicably separated and would continue to co-parent their son. In February 2015, Duff filed for divorce from Comrie, citing irreconcilable differences, and requesting primary physical and legal joint child custody of their son. The divorce was finalized in February 2016. Following her split from Comrie, Duff dated personal sports trainer Jason Walsh from August 2015 until November 2016. She also briefly dated businessman Eli Sandvik in the summer of 2017, when she and Coma took a temporary break from their relationship. Duff began dating singer-songwriter Matthew Coma in January 2017. They worked together for her 2015 album Breathe In Breathe Out. The title track is a track he co-wrote and produced. They announced she was pregnant with their first child together, a girl, on June 8, 2018. On October 25, 2018, Duff gave birth to their first daughter. Duff and Coma then became engaged in May 2019, and were then married on December 21, 2019. On October 24, 2020, Duff announced her third pregnancy via Instagram. On March 24, 2021, the couple's second child together, also a daughter, was born. Education. On January 31, 2005, Duff began taking classes at Harvard University as part of the Harvard Extension School. On February 4, she wrote on her website that she was taking classes for Harvard University. Her statement upset some students at Harvard, who felt that she did not have the right to claim she was attending Harvard University, when she was attending its extension school. The Harvard Crimson published a scathing opinion piece which insulted both Duff and the extension school. The following week, the Harvard Crimson published a letter to the editor which criticized the opinion piece. Philanthropy. Duff has involved herself with various philanthropic activities. For natural disasters, she donated $250,000 to help the victims of Hurricane Katrina in addition to donating over 2.5 million meals to Hurricane Katrina victims in the southern U.S. in 2005. In August 2006, Duff traveled to a New Orleans elementary school and worked with USA Harvest to distribute meals. She has helped various youth charities and is a member of Kids with a Cause. Duff has also served on the advisory board of the Audrey Hepburn Child Benefit Fund and the Celebrity Council of Kids with a Cause. In October 2008, Duff starred in a public service announcement for the Think Before You Speak campaign by Ad Council Engelson to prevent youth from using anti-LGBT vocabulary, such as the phrase "that's so gay." In July 2009, Duff was named as a youth ambassador to the children of the Colombian capital, Bogotá. As a youth ambassador, she spent 5 days in the country, distributing backpacks filled with food to needy children. In 2012, Duff was actively involved in the Johnson's Baby Cares campaign. The campaign included activities such as sending care kits and care cards to new mothers across the U.S. as a motivation. It also raises funds for children and poor families together with Save the Children. In November 2013, Duff teamed up with Duracell in Canada for a campaign for kids in hospitals. The campaign, called Powering Holiday Smiles, donated 20,000 batteries to hospitals across Canada. In order to promote the campaign, Duff visited the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto, Ontario. She discussed the campaign on Breakfast Television Toronto, a radio show, and in numerous magazine interviews. She has participated in various online charity campaigns, including a partnership with Claritin, and raising relief efforts for the 2018 Hanalei floods via duct sales of her Muse X Hilary Duff collection. She was also one of the celebrities who participated in the 2017 telethon for the Houston floods and contributed an essay about the devastating effect the hurricane left on her hometown on Marie Claire's official website. In 2020, aside from sharing a donation of a sum of money with her husband Matthew Coma for the Australian bushfires relief efforts, Duff also donated baby products to parents in need during the COVID-19 pandemic via her Happy Little Camper brand. In October that year, she launched the Avita in Action donation campaign, via her feminine care line Vita. Partnering up with Period, a global, youth-powered non-profit that is fighting to end period poverty and period stigma through service, education, and advocacy, the donation campaign ran through the month of October to donate period products to those in need. Filmography. Film. Television. Web series. Discography. Santa Claus Lane. Metamorphosis. Hilary Duff. Dignity. Breathe In Breathe Out. Tours. Metamorphosis Tour. Most Wanted Tour. Still Most Wanted Tour. Dignity Tour.